everyone, and welcome to the Coon Rapids Ice Center for CTN's live coverage of girls high school hockey. It's a Northwest Suburban Conference showdown between the Champlin Park Coon Rapids squad and the team from Centennial Spring Lake Park. Joe Young, Howie Shapiro, and Jerry Grant here for tonight's contest. And Jerry, another daunting task for CPCR coming in against the number 3 team in the state.
Number 3 team had a little bump in the road a couple weeks ago, lost 2 games in a row, but they were undefeated up to that point. They were number 1 for quite a bit of stretch, and they're really the top team in the section to worry about.
And you mentioned back-to-back games on the either end of the New Year's holiday, but since that time, Howie, they've responded well, coming out with 7-1 and 5-1 wins. This is an offense that has a lot of weapons, but none more so than Camp.
Yeah, Tegan Camp, you know, he has 19 goals, 15 assists. You know, when you talked about that stretch where they lost a couple of games, Coach Moline thought they ran out of gas, but responded well. But she's a leader on that ice. She's got a really high hockey IQ. She kind of slows the game down for this squad. She's really a leader, and you know the CPCR team is going to have their hands full with her.
Well, and those 2 losses, let's just mention, it's to number 3 in Single A, Orono, and number 4 in Single A, Holy Angels. So this team in Spring Lake Park, Spring Lake Park Centennial is battle tested. They have 5 wins over top 10 teams between the 2 brackets, A and AA, and they bring a lot. Cardinals, or the Champlin Park Coon Rapids defense, is going to be very tested.
Yeah, well, Centennial Spring Lake Park scores over 4 goals a game. They get a lot of shots, and you talked about their defense a little bit. They don't give up much either.
Well, and Taylor Zahalka, one of their senior leaders, a captain for the team, anchoring that defense, but they've got Nola Milton back there and Kylie Aswegan. A lot of veterans that will be very tested to try and limit this Centennial Spring Lake Park team. The Champlin Park Coon Rapids girls host their section and conference rivals from Centennial Spring Lake Park. Puck drops next on CTN. Back at the creek, just about ready to go. The Champlin Park Coon Rapids squad with another battle against a top 10 foe. Centennial Spring Lake Park currently in number 3 spot in AA behind Minnetonka and Edina.
You know, one thing we haven't talked about much, guys, is the conference standings, Howie.
Yeah, absolutely.
And CPCR is in second place in the conference, just behind Centennial Spring Lake Park by a couple points.
This is a big game for him. And, you know, Joe and I were talking to Coach Gutty before, and I was actually talking to him a little more in depth earlier. And he said, really, the thing is, you got to play 51 minutes against this team. So you cannot afford to give up lapses like they've had this year against some of the top teams.
Yeah.
So they're going to have to play from start to finish. They're going to have to play strong hockey, guys.
Yeah, like this game here, the first time they played, it was 1-0 after 1. And Joe and I talked about the fact that Centennial Spring Lake Park scored 3 goals in the second at minute 58. So that's the difference in that game.
Yep.
And that is, unfortunately for the CPCR squad, been something that has plagued them against all of the big teams that they've faced. They've had lapses where games just got out of reach. It happened the last time we saw them when they were hosting Minnetonka. Hoping that they can answer the bell first, that high-powered first line out there trying to get something going. They force it deep into the Centennial end, rung around out of the reach of Halfin. Lager catching up to it in the corner. She's negated there by Zahalka. McKenzie takes it, long floater on the backhand, kicked ahead by Semling, couldn't control it, turned around by Ball, picked off by Bernovic. Bernovic sending it out front, trying to get it to McKenzie. That entry was denied. Katie Ball flips it out to center, turned around quickly by Oswego at the blue line and shoveled back in on the backhand by Bernovic, but ended up out of play into the bench.
Guys, one thing Coach Gutty was telling me, he said, you know, some of the keys tonight is that, you know, Centennial Spring Lake Park does such a nice job of moving the puck. He's on defense when they're in their D zone. They have to keep their head on swivels. They have to know exactly where their puck is at all times. They cannot let Centennial get behind the defense tonight because they can't give up those soft goals.
Well, and they can't. They have to be 100% committed defensively to stop this team, as we talked about. 4.5 goals per game for Centennial Spring Lake Park, and they will keep them hemmed in if they can. This one fired back in deep. Milton sweeps it back around to the far side, waiting for it. There was Reed. It's knocked off her stick right to Maddie Wolter. Plays it behind the net for Alexis Larson. She's tied up. Puck comes free to Tessa Bowden. She flips it off the board and out, and it will track all the way back down, but icing waved off as Annabelle Bucciconi plays it back out to center, and now Wolter lost it as she tried to enter the zone. It was touched up in the zone by Larson, and that will bring the whistle for offside.
Well, what we saw there, how you talk about it, in their own zone, CPCR had 2 chances to get that puck out, and both times they failed, and Centennial stuffed it back in on them. So you have to get out of your zone when you're 8 feet away from that blue line.
Absolutely. You know, and keys for Centennial, guys, is, you know, they want to use their speed. They're very quick. They want to use their speed to gain advantage here tonight, and that's what they're going to try and do.
Reed excused from the faceoff circle, a win instead for Roca, and Alpha dangled her way all the way to the slot, but then sent it just wide. Centennial swings it around near side, scooped up by Kelsenberg, played out of the zone. Reed will turn it right back in for CPCR. Lost the handle along the board. Centennial Spring Lake Park gains control. Renslow sends it ahead off of the stick of Kelsenberg. She will drag it down, but it will be icing before she gets there.
You know, CPCR guys have been doing a good job of getting a third line, getting a few minutes in, kind of taking some of that pressure off. Certainly the first line, and the second line also has been playing better as of late. So, you know, if you can get a little contribution of the third line, take some of those players off, get them a little extra rest.
That is very important.
Bernovic ties up, forces the puck into the corner, but Quickly ejected from the zone by Centennial's defense. Circling away from the pressure is Milton. Knocked off her stick, but she's able to kick it ahead. Semling will recover off the boards. Semling trying to feed it through a couple of defenders. Brnovic comes up with the loose puck. Keeps control into the corner. Circles back out to the point. Nola Milton. Milton with a shot that didn't make it through. Deflected to the far side by Such. Played toward the net by Zahalka, and again, Such there to get it back to the perimeter. Tied up in the corner. Bucciacone kicking it along. Comes free. Zahalka, a shot that hit shin pads. McKenzie had it momentarily. Comes back to Zahalka. This one tipped out of the zone, and a possible breakaway for Kuhlenkamp. Had to wait for it. Sends it back out front. The tip in and a goal. Just like that, 2-on-1 develops. Kuhlenkamp out front. Such tips it home, and Centennial Spring Lake Park is on the board.
Yeah, that was just unfortunate because CPCR had things going. They had a good forecheck starting. Quick puck out of the zone, and here you see the numbers wide. Player drives the middle, doesn't get coverage immediately, and had enough time to get that puck on the net.
Well, that's what Coach Gutty said. We can't let them get behind us. They got behind them that time, and they put that first goal of the night in.
Yep, got to get on the defensive side of that puck.
It's tough because they had numbers back, just not quite back far enough. After Kuhlenkamp did get behind him in the neutral zone, had to kind of wait for that pass. A chance at the other end, and Bowden had her stick lifted. Then the puck swept in behind the keeper, Kaya Weiland. Right through the blue paint, back the other way comes Larson, a shot and a goal. And just like that, Centennial Spring Lake Park has a 2-0 lead.
You know, again, using the speed. That's what they talked about. That's what Coach Moline said. We use our speed, we gain the edge, we get behind the defense, and that's how we score goals. 2 goals so far early here for.
Well, and this is just end-to-end speed from Larson.
Yep.
The opportunity out front, Bowden just not able to get to it quite quickly enough, and then Larson from her own end just turned on the Jets, cut across the top of the circles, and beat Lund over the blocker. 2 shots, 2 goals, and a big hole early for the home team.
10th goal for Alexis Larson, and the 13th goal for Such, who scored the first one of the night.
Yeah, they have good balanced scoring.
They have seven players in double figures in points. That's impressive.
Yes, it is. Yep. 12 up to 34. That's a lot of points for 2 lines worth.
Played out front, little backhander, stopped by Lund. Wolter recovering in the corner, plays it behind for Specht. She's tied up. Wolter recovers out of the corner. Out front, opportunity misses just wide for Ella Perreault.
Yeah, that goal was wide open too.
Newland keeps it in at the blue line. Perreault knocked off it, recovered by Specht. Centering, nobody home in a white jersey. Marissa Peterson comes away with it. And now Callie Alphen will send it off the boards all the way down. That'll be icing and fresh legs on the ice for Champlin Park Coon Rapids.
Yeah, well, this forecheck is working. Once they get their speed, get it in the zone, they're able to move that puck around to the wall, kind of move it around, look for the open player in the middle of the bumper player, and they're getting things happening. And Lund's had to make a save there, and the other 2 got by her, so she's going to be busy.
She's in store for a long night. Well, if it stays the way it is.
You like to get your goalie an opportunity to feel the puck from distance, and for her first opportunity is a 2-on-1 and a quick deflection right on the top of the crease, and the next one's on a breakaway. That's not how you ease your goaltender into the game, and certainly not how Champlin Park Coon Rapids drew up their defensive scheme. This one played out to center, right back in, but opportunity for Brnovic to gather it with speed. To the top of the circle, she's tripped up, no call coming. Back the other way comes Centennial Spring Lake Park. Cross-ice pass deflected by Semling, and she will chase it down in front of the Zamboni door. Sweep it back up for Oswego. That pass broken up inside the blue line. Shot, save, rebound sent up over the net by Such, looking for another. Shot from the point, misses wide for Kelsenberg. Oswegan gets it to Bernovic. Long pass, McKenzie reaches out, gets a piece, avoids. There's a chance out front, a goal for June Semling.
Boy, did they need
cut
that.
The lead in half.
Yeah, they needed that. They needed to get some sort of slow down of momentum of Centennial Spring Lake Park, and they did there. Semling, you know, one of the stalwarts for this squad.
Yeah, you see there's a nice breakout, getting it up to Lily McKenzie. She's able to at least get her stick on it, and that caused a chance for her to get it out front, and Semling's able to get to the puck first behind that defender, and she's able to tuck it in.
Goal number 26 on the season.
26.
Scoring for CPCR number 21, June Semling. Single assist, senior captain number 20, Lily.
And that will be outside as Pitson touches it.
Yeah, and that's okay. That's all right. The key for the second and third lines is slow play down.
Yep.
Don't let them get in the rhythm of moving that puck up the ice like they've been doing.
And if you can spend time in the offensive end,
I was just going to say that.
Dump it in. Dump it in. Play good defense.
It's always good when you can spend time in the offensive end.
Ball sends it up the boards. Quick breakout. Here comes Such with speed down the right wing. Will backhand her in. Kicked away by Lund. Net came off a bit. She's able to right it. Coolenkamp from the point.
Oh.
That was tipped and then went off a post behind Lund and out. Out to the point. Uland is shot. And the save through traffic for Grace Lund. She'll hold for the faceoff.
Yeah.
Well, I think the depth of Centennial Spring Lake Park and that speed is really causing some problems right now.
Well, Such really wanted the backdoor feed
She did.
on that backhand, but wasn't quite there, so she put it on net, and that one
hit the crossbar.
Deflected off the crossbar and out.
Oh, my.
Backdoor feed, backhand shot, hit traffic and went wide. Sent back into the corner by Maida. Centering pass, knocked away by Zahalka. She sends it ahead, out of the reach of Peterson, all the way down for icing.
That's all right. It's right there. Stretch the rink. Get the Centennial defense, start pedaling back a little bit rather than holding the line. Got to find a way to get that pressure off your goaltender. Shot 6-1 right now, Howie.
Yeah, I mean, just the one shot for CPCR. Obviously found the back of the net.
Yeah, that helped.
So that definitely is good if you can do that every time you get a shot on goal.
Face-off win for CPCR. They work it around to the near side. Elk River able to come up with a takeaway. Larson plays it back into the corner where Walter recovers. Walter to the top of the zone, left it, and that's Lily McKenzie. Couple of Centennial players hit the deck back in the offensive zone as Champlin Park Coon Rapids top line trying to get something started in the offensive end. That pass out of the reach of Oswegan all the way back down to Grace Lund, and Centennial will put 5 new bodies on the ice. Hewlett steps up, takes that pass away, sends it back in deep. Swept around by Oswegan. First one there is Renslow. Semling tried to chip it ahead for McKenzie. Bernovic recovers and backhands it into the zone. Quickly turned around, out of the reach of Kelsenberg. Played back into the Centennial zone. Hewlett tied up there with Tessa Bowden as they go into the corner. Centennial able to come away with it. Kept in at the line. Zahalka's shot blocked by Specht, and she chips it out to neutral ice. Holding there is Oswegan. 3 white jerseys there poking and prodding, and they come away with it. Numbers wins the battle back into their own zone. Hewlett, long pass ahead. Kelsenberg just shovels it in and heads for a line change. This one played up the boards. Hewlett steps in, gets it down low. Larson is shot. Lager rather is shot up over the net. Now down low for Coolenkamp. Coolenkamp behind the net, looking. Plays it out to the point for Ball. Ball waits and now sends it back into the corner. Lager Got it out to Camp. That shot didn't make it through all the traffic. Pitson able to play it back to the Centennial end. Ball off the boards. Such will carry it into the zone. Gains the corner out front. Camp sent it just wide. Such recovers. Tried to sweep it back into the corner. Taken away by Olivia Reed. Camp spinning off the boards. Had it swept off her stick. Peterson trying to win a race down ice. Kelsenberg closes, gets there first. They tie up in the corner. Puck comes free. Poked at by Alphen. Alphen gets it again, sends it down low. Roca out front, an opportunity on the one-timer for Peterson. And Weiland comes up with a critical save to keep her team in front.
Yeah, that was a great chance for CPCR, and Weiland just stood tall in net. No, she's just a sophomore.
She's just a sophomore,
Yeah.
yeah. She made a nice save on that one.
Yep.
Well, the one thing you notice with the Centennial Spring Lake Park, 1.17 goals against, the reason is they've blocked at least 3 or 4 shots already today. Yeah, nice pass. Just got enough on it, and the goaltender got the pad and the paddle down.
Semling along the boards. Sends it out of the zone. Bucciaconi troubled by McKenzie. There to collect the loose puck is Wolter. Wolter spins back into her own zone. Pass just out of the reach of Semling. And ahead for Larson. Larson into the zone. She's tied up there by Zahalka. McKenzie sends it back out to neutral ice. Haida in her own zone. Through center. Taken away by McKenzie momentarily. Knocked off her stick. Alfred enters the fray. Comes away with the puck. Milton pressured down to the corner by Alexis Larson. Sends it around. Semling off the boards. Hops over the stick of Bernovic all the way down on goal. Centennial breaking it up the near boards. Get it out to center. Larson moves it along. Easton there to intercept. That pass doesn't click. Ball from her own end. Will start skating through neutral. Ball into the zone down the left wing. Stops up in the corner. Looks to the top. Euland walking in. A wrist shot, a save, and the rebound cleared out to center by the CPCR defense.
Good save by Grace Lund there. That was a nice shot when they went that near wing far point again.
Well, and you talk about pressure as a goaltender. She's under a lot of it tonight.
She's doing
the squad.
Fine. She's doing fine.
Yes, absolutely.
Just keep giving her support. Let her see the puck.
Easton will send this one in deep. Pitson, the lone forechecker, a very quick breakout. Renslow sends it to center. Cross ice pass from Peterson out of the reach. Opportunity for Larson, a rebound loose. Kick to the corner, recovered by Kelsenberg out to the point. Sent wide by Ball. Kept in on the far boards by Euland. And now sent back out, Euland at center. Josie Kelsenberg tied up in the corner. Paginen able to come away with it for CPCR. Get it ahead, and McKenzie behind the defense. McKenzie slides it in on Weiland, and Weiland wasn't sure where it was, but able to keep it out of the net.
Yeah, it was underneath her, and again, she did a nice job of just following Lily and what she wanted to do, and just did enough to make sure she didn't get the goal.
She waits her out, her out, and had the 5-hole for a second.
She tried to get it.
Yeah.
She got her pad there, and hit her pad.
Yeah, that was good goaltending. She met the shooter, was all facing up with her, and then just backed in, didn't give her that move.
It was a good defensive play by Euland as well to really limit what Lily could do and not take the penalty.
Yeah.
Face-off win. Quick shot by Zahalka, turned away by Weiland. Alfred had it roll off her stick. She sends it back in deep. Semling tied up in the corner by Rapp. Kicks it free to the far side. Bernovic over there to tie up. Kenzie digging at it as well for CPCR. Bernovic able to kick it free. Comes back to her. She sends it around behind. Semling trying to scoop it off the board. She's got a little room to work. To the top of the zone, sends it across. Alphen collects it off the boards, walks in, top of the circles, looks, dances, tries to get it through. It's deflected into the far corner. Sam Kelsenberg trying to send it up the boards. It turns into a 2-on-1 with Kuhlenkamp down the near side. Her shot deflected and wide off the stick of Callie Alphen. Sydney Bernovic collects it off the far boards, bothered by Kuhlenkamp. She'll get the red line and dump it in, to the bench for a line change. Pressuring on the forecheck is Zahalka. Out of the reach of Kuhlenkamp at center, turned around by Pitson. Easton bumped off it at center. Walters collects in her own zone. Ahead to center for Ella Perreault. Perreault able to get through Easton, able to get back to the puck, and she'll carry it back to her own blue line. Perreault going side to side. And apparently entered the zone clean, and puck ended up hopping up and out of play.
It just disappeared off the
I
ice.
like the effort by CPCR the last 5 minutes.
Yep.
Everybody is getting after the puck. They're putting pressure on people. They're covering for each other.
Got a couple
They just have to
shots.
keep that up.
Got a couple shots on goal as well. Just try and put some pressure on.
Just got to watch the turnovers in their own end by not making that pass
Right.
quick enough. Got to move, like right now. Can't bumble the puck. Got to move it.
Milton gets it across. Pitson had trouble on the reception. Sent back in by Bucciccone. Milton will reverse. Nobody home. Ella Perreault tried to center. It was taken away by Easton. Bowden couldn't get it out of the zone. Scooped up now by Kylie Eswegan. Eswegan circles to the board. Has no support. Dumps it in. Heads for a line change. Bucciccone pressured in the corner by Bowden. Will play it off the near boards. Turned around by Alphen. Bernovic chips it into the zone. Bucciccone. Long pass. Deflected ahead. Then turned around. McKenzie recovers. Gets it for Bernovic. Tried to get it to Semling and does. Semling sends it to the far corner. There for it is Ayla Specht. Got away from Kelsenberg. Centering pass. Intercepted by Bucciccone. Had Specht behind the defense, and it skips past her all the way in on Lund, who covers with 1:01 to play in period number 1.
Very good decision by Grace there. Just cover that puck because Specht was wide open. She cut behind the defense, Howie, like you talked about earlier. Can't let him behind you. And there's another one.
Well, yeah, I mean, you've got to be able to protect yourself, and by covering up on that puck, doesn't give Centennial Spring Lake Park an opportunity.
Euland from the point. Lund saw it all the way. Traps it easily and holds for another faceoff.
Yep, 11th shot for Centennial Spring Lake Park. So they're putting a lot of pucks on the net, and Grace Lund is doing a nice job. I say, get up there to that point and let your goalie see it. Good job by taking that player out of the way on the way through.
It was a pretty late
By
stick in there,
Zahalka.
too.
Get up on her.
Opportunity off the faceoff for Lager. Pad save by Lund. McKenzie's pass broken up by Lager. Sent back in deep. Zahalka recovers. Gets it to Bernovic. She's stopped up by Ball. McKenzie in the corner. Kicks it free. Kuhlenkamp centering attempt. Tipped away. A shot deflected and ends up wide. A lot of traffic in front of the netminder that time. Lager gets it through. A rebound chance. Blocker save. Lund continues to battle. Wraparound chance wouldn't go. Here comes Bernovic with speed through neutral. 10 seconds left in the period. She's ridden off it by Euland. Euland is trying to play it back out to center and does. And that will bring us to the final buzzer. So a couple of good chances for Centennial Spring Lake Park late in that period. That top line creating chaos in front of the crease. Grace Lund coming up with a couple of huge saves.
Yep, nice tracking of the puck. She's
keeping it a one-goal game.
Well, and that's the thing we saw in a couple games earlier is at the end of the period, CPCR giving up a goal. This time they just hung in there and didn't give that one up.
And it's so huge to have it be just that one goal after they scored 2 in just over 30 seconds and threatening to run away with it. CPCR showed a lot of battle, a lot of grit through the latter half of that period. And down on the bench with head coach Todd Gutterman is our Howie Shapiro.
Joe, 2-1 after one, and you talked about they can't let them get behind the defense. Those first 2 goals they did. They got behind the defense, and it looked like they were going to make a big run. You guys did, I think, tightened up, did a nice job, got that 1 goal, and now it's just a 2-1 advantage.
Yeah, I'd say that first one was questionable. I mean, it was kind of a 2-on-2. We got to make that save. It happens. The second one, definitely, they got behind our D and then beat the other D, got to the middle, and they bury them when they get in there. So, we got to do a better job of getting pucks to the net. I do think we had more than 4 shots, but we got to test her more than we did in that period.
Yeah, I was just going to mention that only 4 shots. So say you had a few more, obviously. So what's your message to the girls in terms of generating a little more offense and making sure that you continue to play tight defense?
Against a team like this in the O-zone, we got to simplify and get pucks to the net and then go to work. We can't try to get too cute. And then, like you said, we just got to stay tight. We got to have our head on a swivel in the D zone and not let them get behind us. And then hopefully counterattack. And when we get there, we got to make that goalie work.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck in the second. We'll take a break to break it all down right after this.
Back at the Coon Rapids Ice Center, Spring Lake Park, Centennial a 2-1 lead over Champlin Park. Coon Rapids, and much like the first time they played, Jerry, a 1-goal game after the first period.
Well, you have to like the response. Going down 2-0 early is kind of troublesome, but then they battled back. I thought they played better later in the period. They did not give up a goal in the last minute. They hung in there, so they did some nice things in their own end by covering people.
Yeah, every time I go down for an interview, usually I miss a goal because unfortunately it did not go against CPCR.
Yeah, and that top line of Centennial, as we talked about, very dangerous, and they had an opportunity on the odd man rush. Camp out front for the finish by Maya Such, and then just 30 seconds later, an end-to-end rush for Alexis Larson and a top shelf shot. Then end-to-end passing. Lily McKenzie out front to June Semling. Didn't really get all of it, but got enough of it to bring it back to her forehand and flip it up over Weiland. Weiland, no chance. Get those open looks in front. All three of those players for Champlin Park Coon Rapids, too dangerous.
Yeah, they are. They have a lot of points, all of them over 30 points. They're leading the way, and what I like about the team, though, is the second and third lines are starting to get a little better. They're starting to contribute. They're doing some good things. So you need that as you roll into the last 18 days until the last game.
That's crazy. And I think Coach Gutty, even though they're down 2-1, was a little pleased with that period, the way they responded after giving up those two quick goals. And so now you come out in period number 2, guys, and try and get the equalizer.
Yeah, very easy. We have seen teams fold up shop after giving up a couple of easy ones and seeing that kind of snowball. Not what they did. They came back, they battled hard, and they took it to Centennial Spring Lake Park. We'll see. There's still a lot of hockey to be played. Another 18 on the clock. Start of the second period after this on CTN.
There was once a time when local sports coverage wasn't what it is now. A dark age filled with handicaps and Polaroids and angry crowds. Then 2 noble souls stood and proclaimed aloud that they'd give the people high-quality sports no matter how. So Sports Nights they became. Delivering stats and highlights was their vow. And Sports Nights they remain. Watch them weekly on CTN Now.
Back at the Crick, June Semling, the goal scorer for the home squad. Her team leading 26th of the year. Well, now you mentioned, Jerry, they were all over 30 points, and now McKenzie with the assist is at 40 points on the year, and that was point number 41 of the season for June Semling.
Yeah, that's something.
A lot of production.
And Bernovic got an assist as well, so she's at 38.
38.
A lot of production from those 3 young ladies.
Centennial with a win, a regroup at blue. Stopped up by Alphen, and here's McKenzie going back the other way. Trying to get around ball. She'll chop it toward the slot. It hops through into the near corner. Alphen pinches down, gets control, trying to center, tried a second time. It's rejected. Alphen has it again. Alphen to Semling, top of the circle. Her shot is blocked by Lager. Bernovic holds the line, plays it low for McKenzie. McKenzie just fires it off the keeper, trying to recover in the corner. Bernovic is dumped, no call. Alphen is shot, that hit Bernovic out front. It was Semling that went down along the boards. Puck comes free to Semling at the point. Alphen turns, shoots, stick save to the far corner for Weiland. Poked in deeper, McKenzie trying to center, poked away, got through the skates of Bernovic, recovered by Centennial, and Camp gets it out to center, then lost it and sent it all the way down for icing.
Heck of a first shift. Look at those shots. All
Yeah,
of a sudden,
nope.
12-8.
Yep, absolutely, and that's exactly, I think, the response that Coach Gutty was looking for his squad. Come out and put the pressure on, see if they can get that equalizer like we talked about, and four shots on goal in this period.
Two good pinches by Alphen, kept the puck in, and they kept the pressure on.
Face-off win as Swigan will send it back down low. Bowden trying to center. It was poked back to the corner. Walter able to win the puck battle. Bowden able to chop it free. Back in behind. Erica Maida will sweep it around again. Bowden will collect it off the Zamboni door. Pass out front, skips away from Easton. Pits it, able to hold along the boards. Maida sweeps it around behind, out of the reach of Bucciaconi. She's able to recover it, knocked down by Oswego, but they get it to center, and Oswego able to send it back in. Bucciaconi circling out of the corner. Through center and into the zone. She'll flip it on net. Lund will glove it and hold it.
You know, Jerry, you talked about in that first period, sometimes, you know, your goaltender's better off just to glove that puck and set up for the face-off. You had a couple of white jerseys coming in there. Make sure she doesn't give up the rebound, just gives her a chance to set up again.
Yeah, that's, anytime you can freeze the puck, it's not a bad idea when you're getting your legs going and trying to keep in the game.
Face-off win for Centennial. It's out of the reach of Specht. Quick turnaround shot by Renslow, stopped by Lund. Reed coming out of the corner with it, sends it out to center. Ball circling away from the pressure, then had it knocked away from her by Reed, sent in deep by Avery Anderson. Ball up the boards, Specht across, intercepted by Bernovic. Bernovic tripped up, and here's the first penalty of the game, and just as that top unit was starting to come back on, they're going to get a power play.
Yeah, good move by Sydney. She saw the defender was leaning into the board area outside, so she cut to the middle.
Coach Moline said, you know, we're trying to work on our penalty kill, and, you know, now an opportunity to see what they can do here on the penalty kill. This is one of the items in our special teams we're trying to work on and get better at.
Yeah, see that defender come and try to cut her off, and she cut a little bit to the middle and had to trip her.
Katie Ball called for the trip, a face-off win, and a clear for Centennial. Lager applying some pressure all the way to the other end. McKenzie reverses for Bernovic.
Oh, no.
She's tripped up, and it's going to be a long 5-on-3 as Lager clearly reached and took the skates out from under Sid Bernovic.
Thank goodness, because it was leading to a wide-open scoring chance. He had to call that one. Well, that's quite the opportunity for CPCR to try to get that score tied. Yep,
and there you see an easy call for the refs. Yeah, and, you know, you're in this situation, guys, and you really need to come away with a goal.
Well, and just as the nature of the game, if that puck is collected by a CPCR jersey, they probably let it go because they're already down. But since it went and did, as you mentioned, Jerry, led to an immediate scoring chance, you have to make that call. And now a 5-on-3, trying to get it into the middle for Bowden. It was denied. Pass across, comes out of the zone. Bernovic will have to wait for teammates to clear. Oswego will carry it in and set up along the left side. Down in the corner and behind, off the boards for Lily McKenzie. got away from her a bit. She had to push at it. Now chopped to center by Bucciaconi. Kuhlenkamp pressuring Brnovic. She's able to hold on to it. Sydney Brnovic stopping up. Now plays it across. McKenzie is shot. That's deflected up and over. Shot from the point, saved and held by Weiland.
Yeah, that puck popped up in front of Weiland. She was quick to make sure she grabbed it.
Yeah, the thing with a 5-on-3 is you just take what they give you. Sometimes you want to run your set plays, but they might not be there. So you just got to have your head up, get some good shots down low, and outnumber them.
Well, Oswego right there creating some trouble at the top of the crease. Callie Elfin able to circle away from the pressure. Now poked off her stick right to Zahalka. Zahalka from a short angle, glove down by Weiland. Centennial able to clear.
Yep, you got to win those puck battles. You have 2 extra players.
Well, so far, Centennial SLP doing a good job on the penalty kill.
Milton from high in the slot. Saved and held by Weiland.
Yeah.
12 seconds left on the 5-on-3.
You'll take that all day as a goaltender. A wide open shot we can see from out deep.
On CPCR trying to get that top unit a little rest, get him back out there with that 5-on-3 advantage for another 12 seconds.
Yeah, win the draw, just set things up, take your time here. There you
Bowden
go.
able to win the draw, back to McKenzie. Leaves it for Semling, cross for Brnovic. Top of the circle will take the shot, misses wide. And it will come around to Oswego from the point, looking for a tip. Bowden chopping at it. That was tipped up and into the far corner, and then played off the boards all the way down. Wolter behind the defense.
Don't forget number 9.
Was fresh from the penalty box, or replacing the player who came out of the penalty box. Short angle shot, and Lund not quite sure where it is.
No, she looked to the side of her. She didn't know where that puck was.
Well,
Fortunately, she had it under control, even though she didn't know she had it under control.
She held her body against the post. That's what you need to do there. Good try there. Tried to squeeze it by her. You see her right there. She's on her post. Good angle. And she stays there. Yeah, right there. Good.
Yeah, she thought it went past her.
And you just have to believe you have it.
Yep.
Nola Milton skates to center. Just over 6 minutes into this second period, still 2-1.
Well, a great job by Centennial SLP to fight off that those 2 power play opportunities.
Yeah, they did a good job. They stayed in their triangle, they rotated it, and they were able to make sure that CPCR didn't outnumber them down low and get any rebounds.
And they did get a few shots on net, but unfortunately couldn't find the back of it.
Yeah, they just did not move that puck around the way I'm sure Coach Gutty wanted to see him do it on that. They looked a little nervous at times.
Alfred holding at the blue line, plays it deep, pits it. Tied up there by Ball.
That's it. Keep
Pitson able to win it back. Backhander swept just wide. Larson trying to come out of the corner. Stopped up by Pitson. Played back in deep. Alfin, another strong pinch, able to keep it in. Easton pressuring on Maida. Reversed. Alfin holds the line again. Eventually Centennial able to get it out, and Paginen very dangerously steps up, but able to get there and play it in deep.
Yeah, she made the decision to go, and she did. That's how it worked.
Played out front, a good stick lift, prevented a chance for Isabel Roca on the doorstep. Physical play along the end boards, no call. Perot keeping it in, but played it right to Anderson. Anderson gets the red line, dumps it in. Roca pressuring, ref fires it around. Anderson plays it back out front, pits it. Backhands it toward the net, hit the side of the cage. Swept around to Perot on the boards. Milton holds, pits in top of the circles. Glove save, Rebound swept away. Centennial able to get it back out to center. Milton's pass denied by Wolter. Brnovic there to support. Able to make a couple of people miss behind the net. Got it to Reed along the boards. Ref plays it on goal. Stick save by Lund. A glove save on the second chance. Renslow had an opportunity coming in. Specht shovels it to the slot. Knocked down and swept wide by Lillian Renslow. Specht off the boards. Shot from the point turned away. Out to the point again.
Got to get it out. Nope.
Finally played across the blue line. Here's an opportunity. Brnovic behind the defense. Brnovic scores! And just like that, CPCR has come back to tie it at 2 apiece.
Well, it all started, Howie, with that great defense. They did not, they bent a little bit, but they didn't break.
They did not break.
And they found a way to get that puck out of the zone, and they slipped somebody behind Centennial because they didn't see her. They were really concentrating on keeping that puck in and getting that goal.
Well, and the good thing is, obviously, the way they found her, you're going to see it here. Just put it on her stick. Brnovic gets behind the defense, and she makes him pay right through the 5-hole. That's goal number 10 for Sid on the season.
And she's at, I believe, 39 points with an assist on the first goal tonight.
Yeah, she is.
That's huge, guys.
That is. I like how they're competing
Well,
today.
here comes Brnovic across. Semling a one-timer. Wyland the save. I really think they've been the better team through the first half of this second period.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they're up to 15 shots. They are playing a very good period so far.
Yeah, out shooting 11-5.
Wow.
Minneapolis math.
Yeah, I know. It's like quick. I didn't even have to take my shoes and
quick,
socks off.
yeah, and no calculator.
Semling coming out of that
an abacus.
scrum with it. Gets it back off the block shot. Another one that is deflected. Comes in on Wyland. She gloves it and holds for a face-off. 8:28 to go in period number 2.
Well, the key to this effort tying the game is effort.
Yep.
They have skated hard. All 3 lines are getting after the puck. They're hustling back. They're filling gaps. They're making sure they get back pressure and just doing a good job so far.
Tessa Bowden trying to get past Maida, tied up in the corner. Easton there to help. Puck comes free. And out to center comes Ella Perot. Perot trying to send it back out front. Pagenin denied the pass. Pagenin recovers behind the net. Cross ice, too far in front of Pitson. Oh,
Yeah.
Wyland reached out and negated the icing.
Yeah,
I was going to say it was almost perfectly angled off the boards to go in on goal, but a little assist from Centennial's netminder to reach out and take icing out of contention. Reed, top of the zone, had it knocked away by Wolter. She continues to battle. Puck comes free. Wolter plays it across for Larson. Return pass intercepted and turned around by CPCR. Another one off the boards. It's going to go down. Icing waved off this time as Maida gets there. She's pressured by Roca. Avery Anderson in there as well. Comes free to Reed. Reed snaps it, just going wide and blocked up by Annabelle Buccicconi. Buccicconi through center. Will send it in wide of the net. Alphin reverses. One touch by Oswego. It's back out to center and sent right back in by Ullin.
And both teams getting a few changes. Some fresh skaters out there.
Alphin
3-2.
to Brnovic at the line. McKenzie couldn't handle the pass cleanly and on her backhand a little bit. And this one bounces in on Wyland and she will cover it up.
Right idea, just not executing that 3-on-2 the way they needed to.
And again, what a great effort here by Brnovic as she gets behind the defense and able to control that puck and puts it through the 5-hole.
Yep, that one little stick handler made her open up that 5-hole, and she was able to then tuck it in there. Yeah, shots are 17-17 right now.
It's impressive.
Got to keep playing.
Absolutely do. That's why they play 3 periods.
3 periods. That should be an icing.
And it will be.
Well, Centennial has iced the puck a few times because they're on their heels.
Yeah,
they're going, well, they're not invincible. They lost a couple of games to a couple of good Class A teams. So right now they're fighting through a few things themselves. So CPCR has to just keep after them.
Well, as Coach Moline said, those 2 games they lost, they felt that they were kind of gassed, and they needed a break after that. And then they came back and won a couple of games.
Face-off win was right between the defenders. And it leads to Such at the other end as she's got her second of the game.
Yep.
And Centennial back in front, 3-2.
Well, turnovers, you
just
can't turn the puck over.
I was going to say that you can't turn the puck over to, especially to a talented team like that, because they're going to make you pay. And Such did a really nice job of getting that goal. Now that's goal number 14, I believe, on the season.
Oh yeah,
for her.
you just
you can't force that.
You can't go out. You got to cut her off and just stay in her way. And well, there you go.
Well, and it all starts with a win on the offensive face-off.
Yeah.
Offensive zone face-off, you get a win, but it's right between the 2 defenders. And Such just jumps on it, gets there first.
Yep.
And able to win the race and snap a shot past Lund to give her team that 3-2 lead.
Well, she has good speed.
Well, Gutty was looking for some clarification from the officials, and I think he got it.
Well, got to keep playing. Don't let them get the next one right away. Just stay after them.
Centennial Spring Lake Park.
There you go.
Her second goal of the game. Number 9, Leah Such.
This one kicked past
The time of the goal is 9:50 of the second
Milton. Milton able to win it and get it back up the boards, but a quick shot kicked away out front.
3-on-1.
Opportunity. Such out front for Lager. It was in her skates. Such has it back behind. Tried to get it to Coolenkamp. Maida fires it. Pad save Lund. A chance from the near side for Bucciaconi was deflected wide. Maida to Bucciaconi, trying to split a couple of CPCR players instead. Pitson able to play it out to center. Stays with it, able to send it in deep. Bucciaconi will send it right up the middle all the way down. That'll be icing, and we'll go back to their end and have another face-off.
Yeah. Well, Centennial Spring Lake Park is trying to do some stretch passes because the forecheck is starting to bother them a little bit.
It is.
And that's been one of the keys to the game, is when they get their speed in the neutral zone and the transition game, they've been making a lot happen.
A lot happen.
Just keep bottling them up, make sure you have that third forward back.
Battle off the face-off. Reed played it toward the net. Weiland was on top of it, able to glove it.
Yeah, she was may have been a little surprised at first, but able to make sure she stayed on top of that puck.
Olivia Reed had one of the 2 goals in the 2-2 tie against Gentry on Saturday.
Another team that they outshot handily and not able to win.
Yeah. Goaltending.
Yeah, absolutely.
You gotta have one.
Or 2.
2 helps, but yeah, you gotta have kids that can stop the puck.
Pro into the zone, runs into traffic. CPCR able to get it back out to center. Bernovic with a steal. Bernovic out front. Reed on her backhand. Sends it in on goal. Weiland makes the save. Bernovic recovers in the corner. Support coming from Semling. She's able to dig it free and send it wide on the far side. Zahalka will get there first, force it back into the corner. Bernovic centering. No one able to get there for the home team.
Good hustle by McKenzie, though, because they had something cooking there. There they go with that long stretch again, and they missed it. Icing.
Yeah, when you take that chance and you don't hit that tape, it's going to come back to your end.
Yeah. Well, that seems to be the way they think they're going to beat the forecheck, Joe. Is they're going to just try to hit that long pass.
Yep.
And
well,
if you get 1 out of 10,
when and
you
when you got Callie Alphin as well as she's been pinching tonight, and she has really been rock solid, making it real difficult to try and break out any other way up that, especially on their right-hand side.
Yep.
So then you just throw it and hope you win a race behind the defense.
That's what they're trying to do. Here they got one behind her again, and she's outside.
Well, it should have been interference. I mean,
yeah, she did do the old.
there's a little bit of a lasso
bit.
going on there to keep the defender from getting to the puck, and it's one thing to jockey for position, but when you're just trying to tie your opponent up and keep them from getting to the puck, that's the definition of the infraction. But was not exactly how Centennial wanted it to go. It ends up in an offside, but they end up with the puck in the zone. Out to the point. Kuhlenkamp looking, waiting. Her shot off a skate and into the corner. McKenzie will skate. Ahead for Brnovic. Brnovic into the zone. Pressured by Maida. Can't get it past her. Now able to get it down low. McKenzie can't control. Maida will send it around. Milton, a deep pinch. Keeps it away from Kuhlenkamp. Semling ties up there with Maida. Maida chipping at it. Kuhlenkamp has it. Milton keeps it in. Intercepted by Such. The pass was behind Lager. Stayed onside. Got to it in the corner. Milton can't poke it free. Kuhlenkamp waiting. Now shoots. That's blocked. Brnovic comes up with the loose puck. Gets it to center. Gets the red line and sends it in. McKenzie there on the forecheck. Pinches ref to the board, but the puck gets away. Kuhlenkamp gets around one. Can't get past Bowden. Bowden has it kicked off her stick. Oswegan can't control. Renslow gets it to Speck. Speck back on the attack for Centennial. Poked off her stick in the corner. Coming away with it is Easton trying to get it ahead for Pitson. Out to the line. Renslow holds, winds, fires. That's blocked by Oswegan. Long shot in, sticked away by Lund. Josie Kelsenberg out of the corner, tied up there by Easton. To the line, but not out. Held there by Sam Kelsenberg. Finally sent to center. And here's Tessa Bowden. She'll chip it around ref and give chase. Kelsenberg gets there first. Can't get it past Bowden. Bowden trying to wrap around. Wildwood able to cover it up. Easton treated to a seat in the crease.
I like her attitude. She went right in there for the loose puck
did.
and took a little bit of beating. And
yep, but she didn't back down by any stretch of the imagination.
That's good.
Yep.
Bowden tried to wrap around in there. Easton right there looking for that rebound.
Well, you know, CPCR knows that this is a tough squad to beat.
Yeah.
They're going to have every opportunity to get a goal.
And the way you beat them is you keep playing hard like they are, and just don't make mistakes with that darn stretch pass that they're trying every time now.
Yep. Don't turn the puck over.
Euland will skate this one into the zone, sweep it in deep. Wolter, first one there behind the net, hands it off for Perreault. Perreault tied up.
Peter now.
Larson trying to pass to the point for Euland. It was deflected out to center. Here's Pageant walking in. Pageant, a shot and a kick save. And a big rebound. Avery Anderson turns a shot, a save by Wineland. She's knocked to the ice. Puck cleared around far side.
Well, 3-on-1.
Big opportunity. Larson into the zone, down the left wing, out front. Wolter fanned on it.
Oh, she put it there.
Recovers. Get it to McKenzie, and CPCR is in offside.
Okay, last minute, Howie. What do we have to do here? Make sure we don't give away those rushes like that one.
No, and we cannot give up a goal, obviously, in the last minute of this period.
You see, there's nice shots, a couple of saves again. Good screen shot.
Yep. And that was a big rebound. It popped right out.
Maida circling to the boards, plays it ahead. Good step up by Alphen. Alphen again keeps it in the zone, deflected in on goal. Semling recovers out of the corner. June Semling will leave it back for Alphen. Alphen will shoot. That deflected. Semling a backhand. Bouncing puck, and this one is waved off. They're going to say she hit it with her hand or with a high stick.
High stick they're going to call.
Too bad.
Yeah, it's too bad. I thought
wide open net. I thought she had it. Good thing she wasn't on her forehand. It would have been easy pickings, but the backhand just made it a little more difficult. And it's going to go all the way down.
He waved it off immediately.
Yep.
Oh,
I mean,
look at
that bounced right
opportunity.
to her backhand.
Yeah,
And
it's a high stick.
boy, it was not up very.
Not very high,
It was
but
but it
above
was
the
above the
crossbar.
crossbar.
it was.
It was. It was the right call, but great opportunity for CPCR on the initial backhand chance, and a big save for Wyland. Keep her team with that 1-goal lead. Good pressure, 15 seconds left.
Careful.
Semling
No.
couldn't hold. Wolter skips it ahead, a race for the puck. Elfin gets there
Nice job,
first,
Elfin.
controls, and gets it to the boards.
Help her out.
Perot's shot doesn't make it through. This one's fired the length. Wyland will just stick it into the corner. The buzzer will sound, and we will go to the locker room. Same way it was at the end of one. A 1-goal advantage for the highly ranked visitors.
Yeah, Coach Gutty, and they're out shooting them 21-19. But Coach Gutty has to be pleased with the effort from his squad in that second period.
Heck of a period.
Big period, but it all comes down to the third. We will drop that puck next on CTN.
Want to know the who, what, when, and where of Coon Rapids? Then follow CTN on social media. It's that simple. Whether it's Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, keep up with local news, sports, and events. And the people who make our community such a great place to live. So give us a follow, like, share, or subscribe, and always be the first to know what's up in Coon Rapids. That's CTN, helping you stay connected.
Back to Coon Rapids Ice Center, Centennial Spring Lake Park, a 3-2 lead over Champlin Park, Coon Rapids. And again, this is a Centennial team that just a couple weeks ago was ranked #1 in the state, currently #3. They don't give up more than 2 goals very often.
No.
So it's going to be hard enough just to get one more, but for CPCR, you absolutely cannot give up anymore.
I have to say, that was probably the best period of hockey I've seen CPCR play this year. Why? They were battling for loose pucks. They were playing position. They were making sure that they did their jobs, and they were very aggressive, and that helped.
Well, Jared, you do touch, some, or maybe it was Joe, some teams tend to fold when they get down quickly like that. They didn't do that here. And then for them to come back and tie it up, and then unfortunately gave up that third goal, but almost got a third one to tie it up at the end of that second period. It's going to be a fun third period.
Yeah, and I think maybe a tighter game than Centennial Spring Lake Park thought they would be in for. But Sydney Bernovic getting in on a breakaway when CPCR took advantage of a stretch pass. And really the only time they broke down, they allowed such an opportunity to walk through across the zone off a turnover. A good shooter from a good shooting spot usually spells trouble for your goaltender.
Yeah, and it did, and such is good. She's had 2 goals already tonight. She's got great speed, good stick handling. Got to watch her in the third period because they're trying to beat the forecheck by stretch passes. They tried 4 or 5 of them that period because the CPCR forecheck is working.
Well, we're going to try and catch up with Coach Molina hopefully before the start of this third period. It'll be interesting to see what he has to say in that with these 2 periods of play.
Well, and his girls will be fired up. They know they're playing a conference and section rival. They've got them on the ropes, but they've got to put the hammer down. CPCR coming out with a little bit of fight. Down 1. Third period is next. Back at the Coon Rapids Ice Center, just about ready to get the third period underway, and we got a tight one between number 3 Centennial, number 16 Champlin Park Coon Rapids. Number 1 and 2 in the conference, number 1 and 2 in the section.
Yeah. Well, you have to remember, since December 1st, CPCR has outshot their opponents 516 to 236, average of 43 shots to 19.66. So there's a team here. They can play hockey.
Well, and 17 shots on goal in that second period for Centennial, or for Champlin Park Coon Rapids, after getting just 4 in the first. McKenzie lost an edge, but still able to play it in deep. Bernovic, a chance out front, kicked away by Weiland.
What a save. Too bad Bernovic had to wait a little bit to corral the puck on her stick. That gave the goalie a chance to set.
Sent back in by Semling. Ball pressured by Bernovic. Will carry behind. Ahead.
Nice pass.
Kuhlenkamp. To such fancy mitts in close, but then sends it up and over.
Yeah, she's a hockey player. She really does have some stick handling, moves, and speed. She
Yeah,
got the corner and she used her body position to get to the net.
And they fit that pass in a tight space to get it to her in the first place.
Yeah, it was a nice little space pass, right?
Yeah,
Holly?
unfortunately we couldn't catch up with Coach Moline, and he didn't get a chance to get out just till period just about
had
started.
a few things
Unfortunately,
to say.
I'm sure he did. He didn't expect to be this tight a game, I would imagine. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, and to have the CPCR almost tie it to start the period, they should have.
Yep.
Walter digs it out of the corner, plays it into the slot, taken away by Bowden.
Yep, good job, Tessa, being in the right position.
Nola Milton up the middle, out of the reach of Easton. Bucciccone at center. Tipped off her stick, recovered by Walter. Maida gets it across, and we're going to see our first Centennial Spring Lake Park.
Yeah, well, I thought she got the puck, but I guess she didn't get the puck. It's a skate blade in the ice.
And a blade came off,
Yeah.
so.
Number 5 over there without her skate blade.
Oswego got a stick into the skates. Bucciccone went down, and it's the first time CPCR has had to try and kill one off.
Coach Moline told me they just hit 30% on their power play.
Yeah, there it is.
Yep.
Stick in. Yep. Well, turn the body. You just got to keep that body position and stay in her way. Don't turn sideways. Just backpedal and stay in her way. Oh, we got McKenzie just got a stick, and the refs didn't call anything there. She's down.
Little slow to get up. A chance in close. A blocker saved by Lund, and that is up and out of play.
Yeah, I didn't see what happened there.
Yeah, I'm not sure. She got poked in the.
Referee's going like, you didn't see that one. He missed that.
I don't know if we have it on camera, but.
Oh, and now Coon Rapids Champlin Park is going to get an unsportsmanlike bench penalty for Coach Todd Gutterman's reaction. I think he's going to lay into the ref a little bit more and make sure he gets his money's worth, because now it's going to be a long 5-on-3 for Centennial.
You know, when the referee missed the call and then he gives a bench penalty to the coach in a great game like this, he just decided the game if they score. That's wrong.
He really did. I think that's wrong as well, because
he's got to have a little thicker skin.
If they go up 4-2,
shot from the point, deflected up and out of play.
He missed the high stick.
I talked to Gutty coming back, and he was hot coming back before this period started.
Yeah, I don't.
He thought that on their third goal, they were offsides.
We saw the contact was not. It wasn't a stick. It was a shoulder.
Shoulder
up high from Katie Ball.
Timeout. Centennial looks like they want to drop some players.
Well, when you've got a 5-on-3 opportunity in a team that puts almost 5 goals in a game, you want to make sure you diagram and design the right play. Because if you go up 4-2, that puts so much pressure on CPCR.
It does. Yeah, I don't give the referees a hard time much, but this one I'm going to, because I think you just got to kind of swallow your whistle, let the coach have his say, and then just skate away.
Unfortunately, just due to the angles that we have, we don't really see what led up to the contact between Speck's shoulder, or Ball's shoulder, and McKenzie's head, but happened right in front of the bench. So Coach Gutterman obviously had a good look at it.
He did.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, she clearly, yard sailed in the middle of the zone while killing a penalty
there was
and took a while
there.
to get up.
Yeah.
So as the official, to your point, Jerry, I think you realize something occurred that you maybe didn't see,
Right.
and maybe you should allow the coach to vent a little bit in your direction and say, hey, I'm human, but you tag on that unsportsmanlike, puts in a lot of extra pressure on the penalty killers now in a one-goal game.
Yeah, huge pressure.
Yeah, and plus Mackenzie is probably hurt over there. Who knows? We'll see her on the ice killing. She's a good penalty killer.
Ball with his shot blockered away by Lund. Back near side, Lager to the back door. Good poke check by Lund. Really prevented Cooling Camp from getting anything off.
All right, just got to get organized here.
Buccicconi goes back door. Back across, fanned on.
Net came off.
And that came off.
Boy,
Well, that's good.
that was a nice pass cross ice to give her that opportunity.
And I think that that's definitely in favor of Centennial. It stops the clock, gives them an offensive zone face-off when I think Brnovic was about to win the race to that puck and be able to get a clear and burn some more time. That was a great poke check by Grace Lund right there.
Absolutely.
She's played very well
Making
today.
up for, only having 3 defenders on the ice. Perot plays it down and around. Waiting for it is Uland. Leaves it back in the corner for Walter. Back out to Uland. Up top, Larson, a shot through traffic. Hit a leg and went wide. Uland back down low. Walter couldn't handle. Zaholka can't clear. Uland to the top of the circle. Back up top. Larson through traffic. A save made by Lund. A second chance. And she takes it right to the midsection and holds for the faceoff.
Yeah, nice job, Grace. Hold her position, squaring up to the puck. Centennial definitely trying to get those shots from down low on that one-timer if they can get it across. To the point, looking for screens and tips as well, and there's that quick shot.
Yeah, and Grace, again, is just following the puck well. She's seeing it tonight.
Shot by Buccicconi was wide. Centered. Such couldn't get a piece of it. Ends up in the far corner. Ball recovers. Back down low. Backdoor feed, and it's fanned on. Digging it free is June Semling, able to get it out to center.
Well, that's a couple of those backdoor feeds that they fanned on.
Yeah, good thing.
Buccicconi walks in, absorbs a hit. Shot deflected up and over.
First
And
penalty's
that
done.
will do it for the first penalty.
Wow.
And this one cleared. Only 10 seconds
great
left
job
on the power
penalty kill.
play.
Great job.
Huge to a team like this to, with a 5-on-3 to not give up any opportunities. That's huge. Now they are full strength. Great penalty
there
kill.
you go. How about that? And now there's an icing.
Yeah.
And Alpin saying, what? I had the red line and backhanded it in.
Well, I don't think she had the red line, but it went right past it.
Went by the defender, too. Yeah, of course, Gutterman's like, yeah, these guys don't like me tonight. And it's that same guy again.
Face-off win for McKenzie. Alphin spins it up the boards. Semling. Her pass knocked down, intercepted by Perot. One touch out front. Walter tied up there by Alphin. Loose puck collected by Brnovic. Stays out of the way of that stick check from Ball. McKenzie able to force it into the zone. Walter there to trouble her. Swept around. Semling couldn't hold. Shot from the point. Misses wide into the near corner. Semling sweeps it back down low. Brnovic tried to center. It's in her feet. Kicked at by Semling. Perot digs it free for Centennial. Her pass. Stepping up to take it away with Zaholka. Went right to Uland, though. A one-touch pass intercepted by Eswegan. Eswegan and Walter go into the corner. Eswegan sweeps it around. Funny pounce off the Zamboni door, and now cleared to center by Eswegan.
Well, in on Lund there again to make a save.
Yep, pressure. They're offside. There you go. Stay with her.
Speck sends it in. Sent right back out to center. Semling chopping at it. Maida able to send it in deep. This one played to center.
Mercer.
Kelsenberg takes the shot, rebound poked away. Zahalka can't clear. Maida an opportunity, another save by Lund. CPCR swings it around the boards, held at the line by Bucciaconi.
There's a check from behind. Didn't call that one.
Maida from the point, misses wide. Zahalka getting it to Bowden. Kelsenberg stops it up. Easton comes away with it. Speck tried to center as she slid to the end board.
Careful.
Puck comes to the slot. Zahalka able to get it back to the corner. Bowden's pass to Easton didn't click. Still loose. Maida comes up with it. Her pass taken away by Pitson.
Gotta get it deep. Oh, geez, that's almost too many on the ice there. Oh.
Milton
Careful.
waiting. Zahalka ahead, skips off the stick of Anderson. Turned around by Centennial. Centennial with an opportunity. Such shut down by Grace Lund.
Wow.
Point blank.
That's a heck of a save by Grace Lund against a really talented hockey player.
She just saved the bacon there.
Yes, she did.
They got running around on a loose puck there, and they weren't in position, and then they found that open player coming down the slot.
When we talk about how well CPCR has played defensively, they're getting back well, they're supporting well, but when they have broken down, boy, this is a team that can exploit little breakdown.
Yes, make you pay, for sure. And now Centennial, Spring Lake Park are shooting CPCR.
Shot from the point, stopped up by Lund, couldn't get the cover. Dug free by Centennial. Such out to the point, shot through traffic, shouldered away by Lund.
Yeah, they're stepping up their game.
They are.
CPCR has to answer right now.
Kuhlenkamp out of the corner, shoots, that's deflected and ends up wide.
Got to win a puck battle.
Lager leaves it for Kuhlenkamp. On the cycle, top of the circle, bothered by Bernovic. Her shot had nothing on it. Played to Semling behind the defense. Semling on the breakaway, backhand, scores! And we are tied again, 3-all with just under 10 minutes to go.
Wow, you know, June Semling's a talented hockey player. And you know, when she has an opportunity like that, there's most times than not, she is going to make the other team pay. And she certainly did there.
Well, it was a real battle of one-on-one because the goaltender just waited her out, almost made her go too deep. But June was able to find just enough room to put that puck in here. Watch that goaltender. Out with her, wait. Just got it on the backhand.
Well, and she got her to go down on her knees, and that's when she was able to put it past her.
She made her move first, but it was a waiting game. Just good job defensively, just surviving there for a couple of minutes because Centennial was all over them.
Centennial trying to answer the pass off the skates of Larson. She tracks it down, centers, Perot a chance, misses wide.
Oh, that puck
and now coming up with a big loose puck. Pitson's pass doesn't click with Bowden.
Yeah, right now you just want to play solid defense, just make them make a mistake. Hand pass.
Yeah. And, you know, in this situation, that they probably came in, you know, they beat them once already 7-2. And they probably came in thinking, well, you know, we're going to play our game and we're going to walk away and we're going to get our 17th win of the season. CPCR has other things to say about that.
Well, their effort is there. I mean, see, they have a real battle mindset tonight. They're just not giving up. So that's how you play the game. You just have to compete every shift.
Maida's shot blocked by Semling, chopped at, and the loose puck collected by Kelsenberg, sent into the far corner. Pageant sweeps it behind. Kelsenberg gets there first, out to the point for Maida. Her shot blocked, second attempt blocked by McKenzie. McKenzie recovers, gets it ahead to Semling. Semling across the top of the zone, tipped off her stick, and sent back out to center by Centennial. Semling scoops it back up with speed around the right wing, behind the net. Top of the circles, and that one in the skates for Zahalka. Specht recovers the loose puck, kept in at the line by Semling. Semling walking in on her backhand, back to her forehanded shot that hit a body and ended up behind off the end boards. Kelsenberg at center, trying to get past Milton. Taken away by Zahalka. Behind her own net. Long pass up the middle, held at the blue line. Opportunity for Such, backhand, shouldered away by Lund.
He's a good player.
Berdovic's pass hopped over the stick of Peterson all the way down. Icing waved off. Kuhlenkamp off the boards, can't get it past Milton cleanly. Milton chops it towards center. Ball gets it out to neutral ice. Zahalka sends it right back in. Way down deep was Marissa Peterson recovering her errant stick. Anderson nearly had a takeaway. Kuhlenkamp bobbled it, turned around by Milton, and that will be icing. 7:39 to go in the third period.
Well, I haven't seen Centennial Spring Lake Park do this all game, but they are panicking a little bit once in a while right now.
A little bit, because they're not used to being in this position. I think, you know, they're used to, I mean, they play top 10 teams, but they're used to dominating.
Yeah. Well, the longer this goes that way, the more they'll be squeezing their sticks. They just got to keep playing good defense right now.
Well, Grace Lund with 27 saves after giving up goals on the first two shots she saw tonight. Cross ice pass broken up, held by Alphen, and now tipped out to center, and a tie up, and that's going to cost CPCR as Euland and Bowden were tied up together, and Bowden is going to go for the hold.
Well, this may be the opportunity that Centennial SLP is looking for. Now they're going to get a chance to build on that power play opportunity, and they'll have a couple of minutes to try and see if they can regain the lead. There you see the tie-up.
Yeah, that's something you just want to avoid when you're tied to 7 minutes left against a team like this. Just got to let her go.
Well, and it just, I don't think it really gave her team any advantage.
No.
Things you got to learn before you get towards the playoffs coming up. You don't do that at the end of the year. It ends your season.
A minor penalty has been assessed on CPCR's number 11, Tessa Bowden.
Ball sends it in deep. Zahalka gets there first. Centennial wins with numbers. Kuhlenkamp and Lager kind of ran into each other, and then Lager came off the boards, had a good shot. McKenzie will send it in on goal, try and get in on a forecheck shorthanded. Kuhlenkamp into the zone, down the left wing. Sends it out front. Such an opportunity, point blank, and another huge save for Grace Lund.
Wow.
Got a good pass. Drew the defender wide, opened the middle up, put it on Such a stick, and she is denied again. She's going to say, what is going on with this goaltender here? There she was, wide open.
Yeah, she had a great opportunity there, and Grace Lund comes up big with the save.
Yeah, good thing it was kind of on her backhand to start. She didn't control it the way she probably wanted to. And
nonetheless, she had a great opportunity in close.
She's right there, exactly. Not the person you want to have open that close to the net.
Coach
and now he's again. Be careful, don't get another penalty.
Not happy.
Well, I learned long ago, some referees told me, the more you yell at me, the more I'm going to call penalties on you. So you got to kind of
stopped up with a blocker. Ball gets it back along the boards. Kuhlenkamp down low, poked at by Milton. Kuhlenkamp tied up. Ball backdoor in the skates of Lager. She skates behind, tries to center. That's tipped out to center by Semling. Bucciccone, first one there. Bucciccone, and it tipped away from her as she tried to enter the zone. Here's Ball walking in. She had it knocked off her stick. Easton sends it.
Yeah, that was a little trip that didn't get called either. Easton passed that puck away. Yep, they're not going to call anything right now against Centennial because they're letting the coach know.
That's
like right there, the hook.
Kuhlenkamp has it bounce away from her. Bucciccone is shot blocker saved by Lund.
And out.
Bernovic with room will skate into the zone. Short angle shot saved by Weiland. Lager back the other way, chips it around. McKenzie gets there first. Kuhlenkamp trying to center. Came free to neutral ice. Hewlett off the glass. Back to the CPCR end. Brnovic leaves it back. Zahalka out of the reach of Oswego. Hewlett sends it back in deep. Under 5 minutes to go. Tied at 3.
Get that puck in deep.
Walter skating back the other way. Good pressure from Pitson. Bowden sweeps it to the corner. Walter centering. A chance out front for Perreault is stopped up by Lund. Perreault recovers, played it to the point, missed, and it sends it all the way back down. Weiland just leaves it in the corner. Maida swings it around at center ice. Perreault tied up there by Zahalka. McKenzie back out to center. Hewlett bumped off of it. Zahalka had it tipped away, but came right back to her. Into the zone. Chipped away again. McKenzie fires wide.
Oh, there's that stretch.
And here is Kuhlenkamp behind the defense as Walter with her. Backhand is saved. Rebound loose to the point. Pull shot blocked. Walter a chance. Lund can't make the final save. And at Centennial Spring Lake Park has broken the tie and taken the lead once more.
Yeah, with 3:30 left. And again, you know, they're out shooting him now 35-24. Yeah. You talked about it, Jerry. You said they've kind of stepped up their game. Grace Lund has come up big in an opportunity. She really can't do it all there.
Again, outnumbered. They're 2-1-0 rush. Just a good thing they didn't make that pass right away, post to post.
Yeah,
but
look how much that wide open net.
Not in good position there to battle and get that loose puck.
And there you see the puck trickle in.
Oh, it's too bad, but tough. Still keep playing the game.
Hey, listen, they've been playing pretty solid hockey. Walter got the goal.
Oh yeah, you just got to make sure that you continue to play right to the end of the game. Try to get the 4th goal.
That's goal number 4 for Walter.
At 13-29.
Well, she was able to get to that puck down there in the scramble, and it all started with a 2-1-0.
Kuhlenkamp off the face-off win. Circles off the outside of the post. Sweeps it back to Lager, top of the circles. Tried to cut back, had it peeled off her stick by Peterson. Peterson hands up to Anderson, and that's going to be a penalty that will put CPCR on the power play. Marissa Peterson forcing the trip.
That was a penalty.
I looked over. Coach Moline shook his head. You know, what do we need to do to get a win here? Yeah. Obviously, and now with 3:04 remaining, she's going to go to the box, and the
she came in and gave her the
there
old
it is.
trip
CPCR will be on the skater advantage.
Yep. Cut her off. Got the skate on skate. Yep. That is a trip.
Face-off win for Centennial. Swung around. Brnovic will keep it in at the near side blue. Semling, top of the zone. Takes the shot. That's deflected into the corner. Brnovic able to retrieve. Top of the circle. Leaves it back for Semling on the boards. Cross corner for Oswego. Back through the slot out of the reach of Semling. Brnovic back up top. Quick shot by McKenzie, blocked into the corner. Oswego behind for Semling. Brnovic, top of the circle, back for Semling. Semling is shot, misses wide. Big play by Larson to steal the puck, but unable to clear.
They're getting physical.
Solid hit in the corner, draws no extra call. Maida chops at it, gets it to center. Larson fires it the rest of the way down, midway through this power play opportunity for CPCR. Lily McKenzie with speed. Top of the circles, a shot short angle, saved by Weiland, cleared around by Kuhlenkamp. Brnovic wins the puck, leaves it off, walking in. Oswego's shot is blocked. Brnovic prevents the clear. Oswego left it back for Alphen. Semling Down the boards, leads it back.
An open
Brnovic
shooter.
is shot. That's deflected in on goal, and covering is Weiland.
Yeah, we have an empty net.
Too bad. Yeah, we have an empty net.
6-on-4 opportunity, and here's the timeout for the home team.
That's too bad.
Yeah, although Coach Cuddy will call that timeout to set something up here. But yeah, and again, just getting in pressure there.
Yeah, put pucks on the net and crash. Go get the
Hope
rebound.
something happens.
There's to say that's right there for you.
Weiland doing a good job of covering up, however.
Minute 30, yeah. You still go 6-on-4.
Yeah.
Just got to make sure you keep the puck in, move it around, and get a shot, and crash that net.
Exactly, and don't give him a shot to get a look down ice at an empty net either.
Yeah, he's trying to drop a play about the curling to the outside there. Now it's going to go out to down to hit that winger. So you want to force her wide. Don't let her down the middle.
Yep.
It's the key to a penalty kill. Keep them outside the dots if you can.
Not always easy to do, but that's obviously your goal.
Yeah.
You know, this is only the second time all season that Centennial has allowed 3 goals.
Yeah, I was thinking they probably haven't allowed three goals. I said before the game that they're going to get 3, didn't they?
You did.
I did.
4-1, or their 4-2 loss to Holy Angels, the only other time that they've given up 3 goals.
Yeah. Well, CPCR's battled all game. They played. I mean, if they play this kind of hockey the rest of the way, this team can just keep growing and keep getting a little better each game.
Yep, you bet.
There'll be trouble in the playoffs.
I mean, that's no short amount of top-level elite teams.
Elite is right.
That have faced Centennial and not been able to put 3 on the board.
Maple Grove, Minnetonka.
Murray. Oh, yeah. Beneld. Yeah, they played a tough schedule.
Yeah. Well, CPCR is giving them all they can handle. Holding on to a slim 1-goal lead.
Got to win the face-off, and they did. Now set things up. Take your time. Yep, there you go.
Brnovic collects along the boards. Head up. Circles away from pressure. And the skates of Semling. Got it back to Alphen, back to Semling. Tipped off her stick by Larson. Brnovic holding. Pressure coming from Such. Brnovic had it tipped away. Larson to the empty net. She scores.
Well, Centennial, give them credit. They trapped them on the wall. You either got to recycle it down low, and that's when you outnumber them down there. You can't lose a battle at the top of the blue line. Something to learn from.
Well, the one thing I said I was concerned about is that just don't turn that puck over and give them an opportunity to look down ice.
You see, you got 2 Centennial players. There's the second one. You got 3 CPCR players. He just didn't win the battle. And then when you try to go across, there's that player waiting for it. And too bad.
Yeah.
Yep, and again, I think it's a 51-minute game that was played by CPCR, though, against a really good team, and it put a lot of concern into this Centennial squad, to be sure.
Yeah.
But looks like they will be able to hold on.
Yeah, and that empty net goal is huge for them to get that 2-goal lead.
Yeah, it took a little wind out of the building. It was an exciting game, and people were into it. And well, good teams find a way to get the job done at the end, and give them credit.
They do. No question.
But CPCR sent them a message if they meet again in the sections that they'll have to be prepared. All right, get up there. Don't let another one in.
Euland is shot from the point. Lund saves and holds.
Well, the shots were really close at the end of 2, but Centennial, Spring Lake Park has really fired the puck this period.
Yeah, they doubled their shots on goal. McKenzie out front. Brnovic saved by Weiland.
Wow.
Keep skating with her. Yeah, they're just going to swallow the whistle and get the game, but we don't want anyone to get hurt here.
I don't know that you call penalties that it matters at that point, but they got tangled up. I'm not sure there may or may not have been a penalty there for a hold. Mackenzie's stick ends up in the Centennial girl's hand. She throws it down ice. That is an automatic. Either unsportsmanlike or
it's
delay a game.
Or delay,
Either way. But, you know, again, it's the last 10 seconds.
Good hockey game.
Just let them go. But, it was a lot of fun, and I think it, as we talked about, serves notice to Centennial that it certainly won't be easy to get past Coon Rapids, Champlin Park come playoff time.
And the one thing, Bernovic, she was in twice all alone on that goaltender, and both times she just took a little too much time to get that shot, let her set. Maybe she'll think about firing that puck a little quicker the next time she faces her and get a better result on that.
Well, I mean, obviously they wanted to win. Nothing to hang your head on. I mean, it's a close game. You give up that 5th goal in an empty net, so really a 4-3 contest. And they would have loved to have come out here the winner, but you got to feel good about the fact that you played the number 3 team in the state really tight.
Play them tight. They say keep playing this kind of hockey the rest of the way. Good things will happen.
We get to see a couple of boys hockey games next week. But first, it's Cambridge-Isani boys basketball on Friday. Next week, New Prague on Tuesday and Irondale on Thursday, both right here at the Crick. But that's going to do it for this edition of CTN Sports. Again, the final score, Centennial Spring Lake Park 5, Champlin Park Coon Rapids 3. I want to thank everybody out there for joining us and continuing to support everything we do here at CTN. For the entire crew, including Howie Shapiro and Jerry Grant, I'm Joe Young, saying goodnight.